Nexo-X, the enigma behind the spheres. Chapter 1, Part 7 of 12.
They needed to find a quick way to disable the other boat, but what could they do in a few seconds? They wanted to damage it, but what could possibly be done in such a short time? "We have to do something. He's catching up," he said with clear desperation. She looked around and inside the boat. "I have an idea. Help me with this, quickly." They grabbed some ropes that were inside the boat. Time was running out. In their desperate escape, the only thing they managed to do was throw the ropes near the propellers of the other boat, hoping they would get tangled in the blades when the engine was started. It was the only thing they could do. The man was getting closer. She thought, "I hope this works." He thought, "This isn't going to work." At that moment, neither of them said it out loud, but it was not necessary. Their faces revealed their doubts about that improvised plan. Since the engine was already running, they maneuvered the boat to continue their escape, now over the waters of the Pacific. They headed toward the coast. Of the different points used to reach Conyo Island, they decided to make for Drake Bay. It was approximately 20 kilometers, 12 miles across the sea to get there. It was the same place they had departed from earlier that morning and represented the shortest sea route. They could not flee indefinitely, that much was clear to them. In that plan, which had not been carefully thought through, reaching solid ground and seeking help was absolutely necessary. Their pursuer reached the other boat. As he climbed aboard, he pulled the key from one of his pants pockets. Without thinking twice, he started the engine. He did not notice the ropes they had thrown into the water moments earlier. From a distance, he had only seen movement on the boat. Indeed, the ropes had tangled around one of the propellers, and the man was delayed once again in his pursuit. The plan worked partially. That man was not going to let his prey escape. A few ropes would not stop him. As soon as he heard the sound of the engine jammed by the ropes, he shut the machine off. He jumped into the water to check and noticed the ropes. He grabbed a knife that was in the boat and began removing them, cutting the fibers one after another. This took some time, but because the knife had a very sharp edge, he managed to free himself from those ropes that had kept him at the shore. Once the propeller was cleared, he resumed the pursuit. Those minutes had been precious for the fugitives, but with enough skill and experience navigating, he knew he could catch them. Much depended on how good the other two were at handling a boat. That morning he himself had piloted that boat to the island, and the person who had driven the other now lay dead on the sand. He did not know how skilled the two he was chasing were at reaching port.
Go to www.nexo-x.com.